Good afternoon and hello, friends of United Through Reading. I'm Brianna Keilar, anchor of CNN Right Now, and I was to serve as Master of Ceremonies for the tribute to military families in Washington, D.C. tonight for the second year in a row, for which I was very excited, but of course I'm still excited to be talking to you here in this new fashioned way that we have. So on behalf of United Through Reading, we truly hope that you and your families are healthy and safe. As a military spouse, I certainly understand personally how important it is for military families to maintain bonds and communication during deployments and other separations. I know that when my husband is gone, we are burning up the lines on FaceTime, on Marco Polo, on Skype, and we're also reading to each other. We have the very hungry caterpillar that we share between us in long distances that is probably the most popular video in my house. So while we cannot be, all of us, together tonight, we're pleased that so many are tuning in to join us as we announce an exciting new initiative at United Through Reading. Before we get started, we have a very brief video clip that we want to share with you.
For 30 years, United Through Reading has connected military families through shared story time during periods of separation, including deployments, training, long work days, and overnight shifts. What we do is simple. We help service members video record themselves reading a book to their children or other children they love, and the recording and the book are a gift for the children to watch on demand whenever the service member is away from home.
My mom gave me this book and I saw that there was a video in it, and so we put it in our DVD player, and I realized that it was my dad, and I was just so excited to see him.
And I went into Isabel's room, and there was my 3 high schoolers, my middle schooler, my kindergartner, my preschooler, and my dog laying on the bed watching their dad read them a book.
It gives you the opportunity to actually set time aside, commit that to your family, commit that to your kids, and then you just get to go and focus on them. It provides a level of interaction that you don't get through Skype or FaceTime or just through the live chat feeds.
Being able to put the DVD on whenever one of the kids would miss Daddy, it would make things better again.
You can watch your mom or dad read a book to you, and it almost feels like they're really there and they're really back at the house reading to you.
She actually felt like I was there reading the book with her. Like there was no separation. She didn't know that I was halfway around the world.
We were worried that with him leaving, that she would lose those connections with her dad.
Doing that United Through Reading ensured that she never forgot who I was. She always was happy to see me and ran to me as soon as she saw me come to that door whenever I've come back from any of my deployments.
Just seeing Jacob recognize Daddy again after a long time just melted my heart.
Reading to them is going to maintain your presence in their lives, and it's the second best thing to actually being there.
It just made me feel really happy, that United Through Reading had a big part keeping me connected with my daughter and my wife.
And now I am very pleased to be joined by the CEO of United Through Reading, Dr. Sally Ann Zoll. Welcome, Dr. Zoll.
Thank you, Brianna, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Despite this unprecedented time, our priority is to our community, to you, to our military families, to our friends, to our donors, and to our UTR family, too.
Dr. Zoll, tell us what Readiness 365 is exactly.
You know, Brianna, military families, as you know, are already familiar with the concept of readiness. Our service members have to be ready at any moment to serve the mission, and their families have to be ready to support their service member in serving that mission. So readiness is nothing new to our military families. For us, Readiness 365 focuses on the word read in the word readiness. It's really clear to us, read, it's right there. And so Readiness 365 is our initiative to bolster military family readiness through reading for all service-related separations and to encourage those service members to read together every day, no matter the distance. Read every single day, 365 days a year.
And what does Readiness 365 mean, Dr. Zoll, here in the era of COVID-19?
Well, that's a really great question. You know, it feels like so much has changed since we've been living with COVID-19, doesn't it? I just don't think anyone has seen anything like this, and it certainly has been a challenge. But United Through Reading has been serving families for over 30 years. We've served through peacetime, through wartime, through financial crises, and so much more. And so we have watched the world change around us, but our mission hasn't changed. We still connect military families through that read aloud experience, whether they're separated by miles or oceans. And so thousands of our service members who are deployed to support our country during this time, they're going to continue to do that. And the families that are left behind are being left behind with very unusual circumstances, including stay-home orders and schools that are closed across the country. And so we know these military families need connection just like always. So what better way to say thank you to them for helping us than to help them stay connected? So by making United Through Reading recordings, our service members and our families will be ready for the next time they are separated for whatever reason, whether it's the next drill weekend or the next deployment. And so let's help them always be mission and reading ready.
And lastly, can you introduce us to our next guest?
I am so delighted to do that. She's been a nurse for 32 years. She spent 18 of those years as a critical care nurse in intensive care and emergency rooms. And we celebrate all she has done and all of our medical professors have done as we grapple with COVID-19. She's a mom, she's a volunteer, she's a community leader. I am so delighted to introduce to you today the spouse of General Mark Milley, who's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mrs. Hollyanne Milley.
Hello, my name is Hollyanne Milley. I'm a military spouse and a registered nurse, and today I'm excited to help launch United Through Reading's Readiness 365. My husband is General Mark Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. We've been part of the military community for more than 35 years, and in that time, our family has faced multiple deployments and separations. Each time we had to be apart was difficult, but finding ways to stay connected certainly helped. We looked for ways to give Mark a sense of home, normalcy, and involvement in our day-to-day lives. And despite the distance, he did his part to help us feel connected to him. Years ago, during Mark's earlier deployments, we recorded messages for one another on audio cassettes. For those of you who remember what audio cassettes are, I still remember how great it was to hear his voice. The recordings added a personal touch and a sense of closeness, beyond what we could get from a written note or letter. There was a comfort in being able to actually hear his voice. Likewise, through recorded storytelling, United Through Reading programs can achieve the same positive effects for our military families around the globe. Listening to a story being read aloud can ease the stress of separation and cultivate a lasting love of reading for everyone involved. UTR's programs can help give military members the ability to be part of their child's development and even build emotional connections despite physical separations. In fact, reading can inspire creativity and help children explore worlds, characters, and concepts beyond their physical surroundings, which helps build their overall development and resilient skills. Our military readiness relies on family wellness. When our military families feel strong, fulfilled, and connected, our service members have fewer distractions to do the best job they can. United Through Reading hopes to promote military wellness by increasing morale, reducing stress, and helping military families remain connected. Thank you to the great team at United Through Reading for Readiness 365. And thank you to everyone who uses reading together as a way to stay close to one another. Thank you.
Mrs. Milley, thank you. United Through Reading is so lucky to have you among its supporters.
Absolutely, Brianna. And we have another wonderful supporter who wanted to share her support of United Through Reading, our good friend and rock star, Bonnie Kinser from Trusted Media Brands and the Reader's Digest Foundation.
Hi, my name is Bonnie Kintzer, and I'm the president and CEO of Trusted Media Brands and the chairperson of the Reader's Digest Foundation. I'm so excited to be with you today to talk to you about why we at the Reader's Digest Foundation are such big supporters of United Through Reading and why we are participating in the Readiness 365 campaign as a keystone sponsor. Our military families sacrifice so much for our country. Even today, we see our military called on again and again to defend our nation's ideals at home and abroad, whether it's on the battlefield or in hospitals responding to COVID-19. No one misses out more from these separations than our amazing little heroes, our military kids. It is important for us to help kids and parents stay connected, and what better way to do that than reading? By supporting United Through Reading's Readiness 365 campaign, we at Reader's Digest Foundation can make sure military families are reading together every day, no matter the distance. By using a United Through Reading story station or the mobile reading app, military families can stay connected through the Read Aloud experience. Surveys and research done with military families and service members shows incredible benefits to the family when using United Through Reading. 100%. That's right, 100% of all families told us United Through Reading improves their family's morale during times of separation. 98% of families said that United Through Reading is a critical family readiness and resiliency tool. And 83% of service members reported decreased levels of stress through making story recordings. That's why we at the Reader's Digest Foundation not only continue to support the work of United Through Reading, but we are announcing today that we are increasing our support for the program. Over the next 3 years, the Reader's Digest Foundation will invest $2 million with United Through Reading to make sure our military families can be reading ready and stay connected through the magic of shared story time. We cannot think of a better way to expand our dual goals of supporting military families and supporting the literacy and educational development of military children than this transformational gift. If you're a military family, we hope you will join us in making sure your family is a part of Readiness 365, reading together every day, no matter the distance.
Bonnie, thank you. And wow, Sally, $2 million, that's got to mean a lot for United Through Reading.
Wow is the operative word, Brianna. We're just so grateful. We're so amazed. The Reader's Digest Foundation support has always made it possible for military families to read more and more books together with their children. For example, with their last gift, we were able to grow the number of stories read to military kids by 47%. So just imagine what we're going to be able to do with that $2 million. Visionary partners like Reader's Digest Foundation are instrumental in creating reading connections for our military families. We could not be more grateful for this incredibly generous gift, Brianna.
Yeah, it's so fantastic, Sally. And let's hear now from a military kid who will benefit from this donation and another military kid who just happens to be a major league baseball player. In fact, this major league pitcher loves reading so much that he's made it a personal mission to encourage adults and children to read more, which of course we love a lot. He's been known to use his social media accounts to help kids find books that they'd love to read and to educate and inspire reading. He partnered with United Through Reading back in February to help spread the word about the UTR app to military families. And now we are beyond pleased to have joining us for the launch of Readiness 365, pitcher for the World Series champion Washington Nationals, Sean Doolittle.
Thank you, Brianna. Once again, my name is Sean Doolittle. I am a pitcher for the world champion Washington Nationals. I am also a proud member of a military family. I grew up and my dad was in the Air Force and later Air National Guard. That was a big part of growing up. You know, there were deployments, visiting my dad on the base. Sometimes it was a challenge to stay connected. That's why I'm so excited to share more about the United Through Reading app. Reading is one of my favorite things. It's something I'm super passionate about. It's become my favorite way to decompress after a baseball game. So to be able to share that and support military families is something that I'm really, really excited about. That's enough about me. I am really excited to be joined by beneficiary of the United Through Reading program, 12-year-old Luke Haskin. Luke currently lives near Fort Rucker, Alabama, with his family, including his mom, Molly, and his sister, Sophie. His dad, Lieutenant Colonel Keith Haskin, is currently deployed right now. And Luke and his dad are staying connected using the United Through Reading app by reading together. Luke and I have a lot of things in common. We're both baseball players. Our fathers have served, are serving in the military, and we love to read. So Luke, I'm excited to get to meet you and talk to you. And I think we have a few questions. So if you want to get into a Q&A, I'm ready if you are.
I am.
All right. First question, what is your favorite part of being a military kid?
I think it'd have to be moving.
That's your favorite part?
Well, because you get to go to new places, meet new people, do new things.
What is the most difficult part of a deployment for you?
Really, just not being able to do the activities I like to do with my dad while he's deployed. Like, he would always play catch with me after school, or he'd help me with my math homework.
I can totally understand where you're coming from. I played a lot of sports when I was a kid. My brother and sister did as well. So trying to balance the schedule of getting to and from practices and games, getting help with my homework. I think a lot of people maybe don't think about the impact a deployment might have on the entire family. Those examples are something that I remember having to go through, and I can totally get where you're coming from. How has the United Through Reading app helped you and your dad and your whole family stay connected?
Well, when I was 5 years old, my dad read me the Harry Potter series. Him reading me the Harry Potter series is one of my first memories of reading a book, and just having those recordings makes me feel like he's not as far away as he really is.
What books are you reading right now with your dad?
So he recommended to me a 3-book trilogy. It's a Star Wars fan fiction trilogy.
Yes, so cool. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I think that's awesome. Well, Luke, those are all the questions that I have. I want to say thank you for joining me today. It's been awesome getting to talk with you and getting to hear how you and your dad and your whole family are staying connected using the United Through Reading app.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean and Luke, Hollyanne, Milley, and Bonnie Kinser for participating in our launch of Readiness 365. And thank you, Brianna, for serving as our host. Military families are really lucky to have you telling our stories, and we're fortunate for your support of United Through Reading. So thank you, Brianna. Most importantly, thanks to all of you who joined us to watch this brief program. Please help us spread the word about United Through Reading, Readiness 365, and our mobile reading app. To download the app, visit utr.org/app. Share your experiences online by using hashtag United Through Reading, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And finally, tonight wouldn't be possible without United Through Reading's partners, including our campaign Keystone sponsor, Reader's Digest Foundation, our tribute presenting sponsor, BAE Systems, and our Books for Ownership sponsor, Dollar General Literacy Foundation, and so many others. Their support helps make sure military families are reading together every day, no matter the distance. We look forward to seeing you all soon. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and wash your hands.